Hi there, it's Bruce Millington, Peter Thomas, David Jennings and Frank the Tank Hickey from Paddy Power. We're looking ahead to Sunday's action, and the main card of the day takes place in Ireland at Thurles, and the big race there is the 250, the Horse and Jockey Hotel Kinloch Bray Chase. Be hard to call this the greatest renewal of all time, I would have thought, chaps, but it's certainly a very interesting race, and Atois Phil heads the market, doesn't he, Frank?
Yeah, he's 11 to 10 with us at the moment. American Tom 2 to 1, Woodland Opera 5 to 1, Nambor 10 to 1, and Arctic Skipper is 25 to 1.
David Jennings, is there a clear bet here?
The last three winners of this race, Bruce: 2015 Don Cossack, 2016 Don Cossack, 2017 Sizing John. So it's produced the last two Gold Cup winners. But I tip a lot of losers on this podcast. But I think one winner I can definitely tip is that this year's winner will not win the Cheltenham Gold Cup.
And who is this year's winner?
That's narrowed down. I think you probably have to chance American Tom, to be honest with you. Atois Phil is obviously favourite. He's got solid form. He was battered by Batchason at Tremor. I don't think Batchason would beat American Tom by 13 lengths, to be honest with you. He's been a bit of an early horse, American Tom. He's obviously held in higher regard than he's ran. But, you know, he's beat over hurdles. He beat Squaw with her impressively. You know, on his chase debut, Punchestown, he beat Gangster, which is solid form. Look, he was disappointing at Naas in November on his return to action, but he jumped quite well there. Might have just needed the run. I think you have to chance him. He's the only potential bet in the race because he could be better than we've seen so far.
OK, DJ fancies American Tom at 2 to 1. Frank Hickey, what do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, this is a very weak renewal, I thought. American Tom's getting a bit of weight. He's not one you'd set your clock by. And I'd probably just tip up a Atois Phil, but again, it's not one where I'd be getting the checkbook out to back it. I might have a small bet on it.
You won't be having a car on him, no?
I won't be having four figures on him anyway, that's for sure.
OK. Pete, does this float your boat from a betting event?
I'd be misleading people if I suggested I had any interest or opinion on this race. So it doesn't.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Go on, then who'd you fancy? No,
I've got absolutely no idea what's going to win it, which isn't a surprise to anybody, and I'm not going to pretend I do.
I love your honesty. Let's move on to the 320 at Thurles. It's the Coolmore National Hunt Sires Irish EBF Mares Novices Chase. Snappy, Grade 2. Have we got a show yet, Frank?
No, it's not priced up yet. We might try and get it up this evening.
Give us the winner then. I think Denaria de Zobo will win this. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. She's getting £7 off the lot of them here, and she probably set the standard as well. You go back to even at Clonmel earlier in the year, she won a listed chase there by 22 lengths very easily. She was fourth in the Drinmore behind Death Duty, and obviously she was very badly hampered at Leopardstown in the Grade 1 at Christmas. This is probably a drop down in class for her, really, and she should be able to beat them all here, getting the £7.
DJ?
Yeah, does it? Just if you're thinking about backing the Denaria de Zobo with a short price, she'd probably win, and she's the most likely winner. But she just completely lost her confidence last time. Her run in the Drinmore was actually quite good. She was beaten 9, just under 10 lengths by Death Duty. They tried to pitch her in with all the allowances in the Grade 1. And she since obviously ran the Grade 1. And I fancied her in that Grade 1 because she was getting all the weight. But they've been holding her up, and I don't think she's enjoying it. And I'd love to just see her let loose this time and, you know, let do her own thing by Jack Kennedy. Her jump, she was beaten before she was hampered last time. Her jumping went to pieces, and she was stalling up going into her fences. So if you are thinking about Denaria de Zobo, backing her at a short price, I think the first 3 fences will tell you all you need to know. If she attacks the first 3 fences, she could win half the track. But just a little bit worried. I think she is lacking in confidence at the minute, a bit like myself.
Oh, don't say that. You're a very confident chap, DJ, aren't you?
Yeah, my last tip and appearance on this show was pretty poor, though.
Don't beat yourself up about it, OK? You'll be fine. Pete, have you got anything to add to that?
Only that if you were thinking of backing Denaria de Zobo at a very short price, she was beaten 62 lengths last time, and that
but she
really
did get
doesn't
a terrible run. Didn't she?
Really 62 lengths, you'd have to lose a leg to make an excuse. No, I'm certainly not interested in backing a short price with that profile. I wouldn't know what would beat it though. OK, we've got Chelmsford, we've got Fontmore, and inspection permitting, we've got Newcastle on Sunday. Have you got anything for us, Pete? On
Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
No, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm not, again...
Don't worry.
I'm not going to...
We'd rather have no tip than a concocted
I had a look
half-baked
through it,
tip.
but it seemed to be a sort of mundane, run-of-the-mill kind of card.
DJ, anything anywhere else for you?
Oh, yeah, the best race of the day is the 150 at Thurles, and I'm sure Frank is going to come to this as well. And a horse that he'll probably like, that I'm going to get in there before him. Articulum, trained by Terence O'Brien. Like, this horse won a maiden hurdle at Cork by 35 lengths. Like, when you look at the form, you kind of say that must have been a desperate race. The fourth horse, Dicey O'Reilly, won the maiden hurdle I spoke about earlier at Leopardstown over Christmas. Henry de Bromhead thinks he's a Grade 1 horse, and he's going to run in the Delight Novice Hurdle at Leopardstown at the Dublin Racing Festival. Articulum came back from, I think it was a year and a half off to win that race. He was a bumper winner on heavy ground at Limerick. He also won a Nace bumper at heavy ground where he beat Woods well. He's just a mud machine, absolutely loves mud, and could on this ground be something really, really special. So I'm looking forward to Articulum in the 150 at Thurles.
Frank, has DJ stolen your thunder there?
He did. That's the one I had as well. Like, this Articulum has some very good form. Like, it won a point, and on its first bumper run, it was behind. It was third at Punchestown. Now, it went off 7-1. Like, for Terence O'Brien run to go off 7-1 on debut, I'll tell you what to think of it. Like, Champer's a nice one. First, Figaro was second. He ended up being fifth in the champion bumper. Like, so Arquish, Rocklander, Ed Wolf were all behind. Like, it was a really good bumper. And then he was second to new to this town at Thurles next time on soft heavy ground, where he looked all over the winner, just got out battled. He won twice on heavy ground at Nace and Limerick, and he was beaten on good ground at Punchestown behind Blow by Blow. He obviously had a setback, as David said there, and came back and won at Cork very, very easy. He was very impressive. And the comments after the race were the trainer thought he'd come on for it, that he wasn't fully fit. Now, if that's the case, he's an absolute tool. And potentially you might get a nice enough price around him, because like you've got Beyond the Laws won his last two by 44 lengths. Dom Dolo's won his last two. Simple to Flow for Willie, and he has Borough Saint as well, who beat Flaw's Escape, who won at Leopardstown. So it's a really strong race. And of course, you've Dortmund Park for Gordon. So you can get an each way price about this Articulum. I think.
Oh, really? I was going to ask you about what price.
No.
Do I think you'll get 5 or 6 to 1 at least?
Absolutely not. Are you not an odds compiler? You'll be about 15 to 8 or 7 to 4.
Oh, here we go. Do you remember his last attempt to tell an odds compiler what was right and what was wrong? Western Rider, wasn't it, Frank?
Yeah, I don't know how that went. How that felt.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. We'll hope that we get a decent price. But you think 2 to 1, DJ, and Frank, you think more around 5 to 1, do you?
I know. I'm hoping. Like I said, I haven't sat down and priced the race myself, but like they could probably go up first and the rest just copy. But if someone else went up before us, I'd be hopeful enough you might get a little bit of a price about it. But I really fancy him. I think it'd be very difficult to beat. And then this is not a tip, but the 4 o'clock, the Fox Hunters, Fox Rocks running against Gil Gamboa. That's a race to savour. That's going to be a really good race. And of course, you have a couple of decent ones there. My Murphy's in there as well, who was a very good handicap chaser. He won a Tyeste. So that's a race to savour as well. And just up in Newcastle at 2:30. It's a bit of a stab in the jar, but My Old Gold is running over 2.5 miles. I think it's a Mayor's Novice Hurdle over 2.5. And this was third in debut, over 2 miles of air behind McGowan's Pass. Now, this won 2 point-to-points over 3 miles, and the step up and triple really helped. And it's getting 7 or 6 pounds off the top two, both one. Now, one's rated 125, the other 112. I wouldn't really be put too much mass in those ratings, and I think this one's going to step forward a little bit. It was in air last week, and it was being backed before air got called off. So I think this will have an each way chance. Probably be again 5 or 6 to 1, probably first show, and I think it'll go off short on that. I think it'll probably rough up the top 2 in the market.
Jolly good. Okay, we are back with Maddie and the gang on Monday. And also, don't forget, we're into our Tuesday regular series of Cheltenham anti-post postcasts. And this week, or rather next Tuesday, we've got the Champion Chase, the Betway Queen Mother Champion Chase. Patrick Mullins will be on the panel, so don't miss that. None of you lot are on the panel, so you can each have a very quick free crack at the Champion Chase. I will be Frank Hickey in terms of reading out the prices. It's 4 to 5 Altior, 3 Duvan, 7 to 2 York Hill, 4 to 1 Min, 4 to 1 Political Log. I presume here, Frank, we're non-run and no bet, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
We are 9 to 2 Undersowed, 6 Fox Norton, 7 Greatfield, 8 to 1 Waiting Patiently, 10 Top Notch, and 14 to 1 Bar. Pete, at this stage, who would you be backing for the Champion Chase?
At this stage, I wouldn't be backing anyone, but I think it's a bad time to be backing horses. I much prefer to sort of know what's actually going to be running, as I know it's not run on a bet. I mean, I don't see any great reason to oppose Altior, to be honest.
What about part from the fact he's had this massive fitness scare and might not be as good?
Well, that's not the impression I get. I mean, I was down at the yard a couple of weeks ago.
Here we go, down at the yard.
And they don't seem to have any problems at all with the horse. It's not making those funny noises it was making before. Nico de Boinville says, I'd be perfectly happy if it went there without a prep run. Okay. There didn't seem to be any worries about it.
Really?
Perhaps they're lying to me, I don't know. But they seem to be very relaxed about the whole thing and going there with the best horse. He's not a dreadful price. He's the price he should be.
Okay. DJ?
Oh, Bruce, I'm so sorry, but I just think Altior will win. I think, fine. It's not like an injury. It's not a tendon. It's not a leg. It's a breathing operation. And, breathing operations these days are fairly straightforward. And I just think he's another sprinter Sacre.
Okay. And what about you, Frank?
Look, Altior is obviously very talented, but I'd like to see him get a run in before Cheltenham. I think, as good as he is, it's a big ask to come straight from and make your season reappearance in a champion chase. Is there anything then I want to back even on run or bet? Not particularly. It's one where, like, Politlog will definitely run. You'd imagine...
Do you think York Hill will run in this?
Oh, like, trying to second-guess Willie Mullins. Like, Jesus, it's impossible. Like, I think it's dependent on what happens with Faugheen. I think if Faugheen gets beaten or disappoints again, I wouldn't be shocked to see York Hill end up in the champion hurdle.
Oh, I hope so. I'm on him at a massive price for that. I really do hope that happens.
I think it would liven up the champion hurdle as well if he did. Just at least you get a bit of a contest against Bouverdaire. And obviously Duvan's had a setback, and I'd be surprised to see him get back in time for Cheltenham. Fox Norton will run in the Ryanair. Great Field is one that you potentially could take a flyer on. He looked the right two last year. Blast out in front and nothing got near him. If he needs to come back and probably do well in his reappearance to book a ticket for Cheltenham. But if you're looking for a non-run no bet angle, at 7-1, he'll have to come back and be impressive to go to Cheltenham. And if he is impressive, he'll probably be shorter. And if he's not impressive, he won't go. So if you're looking for an angle, non-run no bet, that may be the one. But it's not something I'd be getting involved in right now.
Jolly good. Well, hopefully Patrick will bring us all the latest from the Willie Mullins camp on that, so don't miss that on Tuesday. Weekend plans, Pete? What are you up to? Off to a craft ale fair or something?
No, I think that's been cancelled. What am I doing? I think I'm making burgers and drinking lots of good wine tomorrow night. I think that's the plan. Yeah, I've been
burgers.
I've been drafted
whale's eggs,
homemade craft burgers. Obviously,
wow.
With a bit of homemade craft ale.
Lovely, that'll be nice. Hope you've enjoyed the postcast. Do come back and join us again soon.
I shall.
Excellent, David Jennings. What's the weekend hold for you?
Homemade craft burgers.
I know.
Oh my God. We don't have them in Ireland, let me tell you. I'm actually quite excited because me and Aoife are going to John Bishop tonight in Dublin.
Right.
You know, the Liverpudlian comedian.
Comic, yeah.
Yeah, I like him. And we're going to that. And it's great because we're obviously getting married next year. And, so we moved back home and we're saving every penny. But this was got before Christmas. So it's like a Christmas present. So it's like a free night out. So it's great.
Try and remember his best joke and reproduce it next week, won't you?
I will, yeah.
As long as it's clean. Frank, what are you up to this weekend?
Quite enough weekend. A working Saturday, off Sunday. Take it handy. Like David, we're actually going to a comedian Tuesday night, so that's why I'm staying in this weekend. Jim Jeffries playing in the Three Arena. For anyone who doesn't know him, he's an Australian comedian who has a TV show in America, but he's filthy, but he's hilarious. And if you want to have a laugh, put into YouTube Jim Jeffries gun control and watch that video. It's absolutely priceless.
Okay, but it sounds like you won't be able to reproduce his best joke if he's that blue. But enjoy yourself, have plenty of laughs, have plenty of winners. Thanks very much, chaps. Thank you for watching or listening. Like I say, Maddie's back on Monday. Do join us next Friday for another Weekend Racing Postcast.
Check out Paddy's Rewards Club. Place 5 bets of £10 or more across any sport in a week and get a £10 free bet the next week. Paddy Power, you beauty! Max £10 bonus per person per week. Excludes shop bets. Selected odds. Conditions and exclusions apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.